Good morning and good midday, colleagues. I'm very humbled, honored, and pleased to be invited to share with you our thoughts on the Kalessis Juma Legacy Foundation. I'm very grateful to ACTS for its leadership, for its vision to begin this series, to provide an opportunity for action, not just discussion, but action toward innovating Northern Kenya, East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, North Africa, the development world in its entirety. I'm thankful for the Open University, for the African Development Bank, and for others who are sponsors and participants in today's and in tomorrow's continuation of our conversation. I met Brother Kalessis in the year 2000. The National Academy of Engineering organized a committee to develop the engineering grand challenges for the 21st century. That committee was chaired by a former Secretary of Defense for the US. Kalessis and I were the only Black folks on that study, and it was truly international. Although it was sponsored by the US National Academy of Engineering, it had representatives from the UK, from Taiwan, from Singapore, from around the world. During that deliberation, which took us more than 6 months to define the engineering grand challenges for the 21st century, I kept observing and admiring the thought pattern, the inclusiveness in the engineering systems thinking of how Brother Kalessis Juma presented an opportunity for the world. The grand challenges for the 21st century is what we're about. That led to more engagement with Brother Juma. He's lectured in my course here at MIT on international development. He's given me counsel on projects that I've been involved with in Zambia and South Africa and Tanzania. He took me by the hand and led me to a promised land, a vision for advancement, but not just any advancement. He was concerned and committed to, first and foremost, people. Sine qua non Kalessis Juma is people. It's people. It's people. It's humanity. Every single word, every single deed, everything I learned from Kalessis Juma lead me to people. His love, his respect, his vision for people, and especially people on the continent of Africa. A true son of Africa. Yes, a true son of Kenya for sure, but also a true son of Africa. So the Kalessis Juma Legacy Foundation is committed to the principles that Angela has just offered us, led, in my opinion, by a respect for and a love for and a positive vision for people And to make innovation happen, to make it flourish, innovation to flourish, it starts with people. We must also have land. Why do we need land? Without land, we cannot produce wealth. Without land, we cannot manufacture anything. Without land, we cannot produce wealth by mining. Without land, we cannot produce wealth by farming. And those are the three ways of producing wealth. So we need land. We must have land. But land by itself without people is just dirt. So again, people are the driver. Thinking systems wise, led by Brother Kalesis Juma, we must include health, not just health care, but preventive medicine. If we have people and land, and the people can't work the land due to health reasons, we lose. So we must have healthcare and preventative medicine. Our innovation, our success must always have with it a partnership with health. We must have that. Then comes education. Education is that little small piece that has a tremendous impact. It will drive technology. It will drive innovation. It will drive care for one another. It will drive respect for one another. We must have education. Okay, it must be the engine that moves the community forward. And then this other piece called technology. Science, innovation, policy. And no matter what we do with our land, no matter how we generate wealth for the community, we must have an energy source. We must have an energy source. We must develop it over time. It must be benign to the environment. It must be consistent with our culture, what our people want, what our people need, what our people want. When we produce energy, power, electrical power, we must do it in a fashion that is in harmony with our people. And I know if we do it in harmony with our people, then it certainly will be productive and caring. I'd like to add also in this technology business, the need for communications. Today, midday in Kenya, early morning here in the US on the East Coast, we're able to talk and communicate, to challenge in a positive way, steps to go forward. We'll need more of that. Effective communication, where we can really offer critique, but critique only with recommendations. And communications will help us do that. This technology business is very dynamic, it's changing. So as we go forward with our people as the most important element in our considerations, we must be aware that our world is changing. The only constant on the landscape is change, and we must be prepared for that. Our innovation, our bringing of innovation to the African people will also accelerate that change. And the remaining element that I'd like to comment on in terms of making a reality, the spirit, the mission, the vision of Brother Juma, said we must always be aware of the need and the importance of fiscal resources. We are part of a modern world, and whatever form fiscal resources take, we must be a player in that. So the Wesley Harris Foundation is driven by people on the continent. It's the Wesley Harris Legacy Foundation will respond to the people who will certainly follow Brother Juma's vision for industrialization and innovation. But people will always be in our forefront. My first trip to East Africa, to Kenya, was arranged by Brother Juma. Wesley was asked to give a keynote at a graduation ceremony at a business college in Nairobi. And it didn't fit his schedule. So he says, "Wes, would you mind pinch hitting for me?" And I said yes, without hesitation. So he arranged it. And what I learned was that Brother Juma walks on water. I asked my colleagues at the business college, who is this guy in their opinion, Brother Juma? And what returned was, hey, look, you have been blessed, Wes, to rub elbows, to have Brother Juma's arm around your shoulders. Okay. He does what Africa needs. He does actually walk on water. So all of Africa, allow the Wesley Harris Legacy Foundation to engage the people of Africa through industrialization, through innovation. Our energy, our vision is based on the teachings of Brother Wesley Harris. But the Wesley Harris Legacy Foundation cannot succeed without you, the people of Africa. We look for an opportunity to engage, to make a reality the production of wealth in a positive sense, not a capitalistic sense, but production of wealth for the benefit of the people of Africa through industrialization and innovation. Thank you.